Good afternoon, family. I just wanted to come on here and explain the short that I put out this morning. And and here's the thing: my channel's not the only one that people are coming in and uh, saying things. And I know that. Uh, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are having a hard time um, dealing with seeing changes in something that they thought was going to be one thing and then it was another. So, um, uh, the one video that I just got done watching, I forget what the name of her video is, but she's like a homesteader and it's hard work and she's got health issues, but she's the only one that can do it. And she tries to go in there and explain to people, as I do, but in a different way, to be prepared. And here's some of the ways I prepare, and it's a lot of hard work. And people yell at her and stuff like that. Well, she's got a life to live, and and she's trying to share it with everybody else. And she don't have internet out there where she's at. She just got her data on her phone, and when her data says that's enough, that's enough. So, and if she hurt her ribs, one woman trying to do this work herself hurt her ribs and had to rest for that and stuff. But people go on there and tell her that uh, why should we stay on your channel if you're not going to come and address our comments? Well, first of all, and I don't know about her, like she said, she just don't have the time. She's only got a certain amount of daylight to do her stuff in her house, and then at nighttime she has to go out and use lanterns and stuff like that to take care of her animals and stuff. And and then of course with her cracking ribs and bruising them, and uh, that all comes into effect. People on these YouTube channels are still human, and we still get ill, even though we're trying hard not to get ill, and we're working towards uh, getting better the things that are already wrong with us. And our goal is to provide information for everybody out there to help make their life easier. And, and as try as we might, our content is not going to please everybody. And trying to come up with a subject that's going to be well rounded out, that's going to affect everybody. Like my video the other day about talking about what's out there, what's coming, and the research that I do and stuff. Well, I had a couple people actually come on and say, well, no, they're not, Walmart's not going to charge for the use of the um, self checkouts. Well, maybe not up front or not, but they're doing it behind the scenes. And I mentioned this morning that people don't comprehend. Well, on her video she did the same thing. There's listening, and then there's hearing, or looking like you're hearing. Now, I know a lot of times when I'm watching things, I don't always hear it. In fact, I don't hear it, and I'm not listening, but I hear it. I know that don't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but listening is an art. And like she said, the only way that she can get people to really listen. I mean, she got a lot of subscribers and people that comment and stuff, but apparently they're not hearing her. They're and if they are listening or whatever the case may be. I mean, she even explained the whole deal. There's listening and then there's hearing, um, and what I said this morning about comprehending, how do I want to say this? Like, say, for instance, when I was in school and I was reading a sentence or reading a book, and I might be thinking I'm reading it, but for whatever reason, when I walk away from that particular paragraph, I did not comprehend a word it said. And I know that's happened to many people out there, not just me. And but there's a difference between hearing and listening. You can listen and not hear. Hearing is when you acknowledge what was said in your own self, or if you're sitting and talking to somebody. And but then again, it goes a step further. Okay, why are you watching the channel to begin with? Is it just to hear the speaker because you like them, or is it because you really want to put into practice what it is they're uh, uh, trying to teach you, or what, and you don't believe it, or what? I don't know. Now, I do have a lot of subscribers that are very good at listening, and and somebody come on my short today and said, well, why do I care whether they understand or not? Oh, I have them. Well, yeah, I have everybody else that comes on here, but there's still a lot of everybody that don't understand what the hell I'm talking about. And I don't, that's hard for me to comprehend, because I can't be any plainer than that. Walmart is going to charge, not out in the open, to use the self checkouts. And how they're doing that is this: they are promoting naturally the $98 a year membership. And anybody that has the membership, they have specific um, um, self checkouts for that. And anybody that don't have that has to stand in line and wait if there's a group there. Then they have certain self checkouts that's for the people that are going to deliver the food to the house, and or the, like, the couriers, that come in and uh, pick out the groceries and stuff for people and whatever. Those are set aside for them. So they may be saying they're not going to charge, but they really are. They're goading you in. They're goading you into, well, why should they get to go for it? Because they have a membership. And all you have to do is show your card. Yeah, I've got a membership, so I get to go. You have to stay here because you don't have a membership. And so there's the world has sneaky ways to charge you extra money and so forth, and you don't even know it. Do you have you been looking at your receipts lately when you go different places? Well, okay, that started way back. I don't know how many years ago, when you'd go to McDonald's or Wendy's or someplace like that. That if you ate in, then you got charged. See, either one or the other. If you ate in, you got charged a percentage of your meal, and because you're using their facilities. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And I'm looking at it and said, well, wait a minute, why is this? Because you're eating in. And I might have that wrong, but I don't think so. And so no, and today, like, they're putting surcharges on your receipt, of anything you buy different places. Like, I went to uh, Little Caesars a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, and they have a little box out front of the cash register right there, and you put your card in to pay for it, and it says tip. Well, the first time I seen it, I thought, okay, 10% of it or something like that. And then I said, okay. Then I got to look at it again. Well, I can decline the tip. And then the waiter, they're waiting on you. They're looking. They can look on their side and see whether or not they got a tip. And they're disappointed. Now, here's the thing. People do. These companies don't care. All right, and they'll explain to the workers, well, okay, you're going to get $4, $5, $6. So we'll say $6 an hour to work at like Little Caesars. But you'll make up for the rest of it in your tips and stuff because here's what we're going to do. Well, that person starts assuming and expecting they're going to get a tip from everybody. No, that's not going to happen because some people that go in there only have enough money to pay for the pizza. And then the poor person standing on the other side of the counter is all deflated and depressed because they're looking, oh my, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to have enough money this month to pay my rent and this and that and whatnot. Oh, corporations. The web we weave will be certain to deceive. So yes, that's what Walmart's doing. I told my daughter about it. She investigated it. Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. I did my research on it. So, I mean, they don't come right out and say, well, we're going to charge you $6 today to use this self checkout. No, they put it all up there for the members. They're first. You got to wait in line. Now, what do you think that's going to do for you? You're either going to get up and leave and go someplace else and do your shopping. But if you particularly like that store, well, then you're either going to have to go over in another line where you wait for God knows how long, and or they'll push you into buying the membership. Oh yeah, I got a card. Okay, I can go. They have their little ways. They have, like I said the other day, they have people sitting up there in high-rise offices thinking all this stuff up. So, but to get back to people coming in and commenting, yeah, okay, it's only one or two, but those are the only couple that has commented. But there's well over couple thousand people watching my videos, watching her videos, that are looking for something too. And if they happen to like that particular person and they're not getting what they want, well, it's not fair to them any more than it is to anybody else, really. I know I've got a lot of loyal people on here. But the people that aren't commenting, they're wanting they're coming to look to for something. So how do you decipher that? I mean, I know it's not our job as YouTubers to make everybody happy, but I feel like my place on this earth is to help as many people as I can with the knowledge that I've got. And if I can't do that, if I can't come up with enough kind of content that's going to uh, present a good video, and I don't want to clickbait, I want to be as truthful and honest with you as I can. And sometimes I have to bring my personal life in to be able to explain to everybody that this is the route I go in order to get to my um, end goal. So, and then I look at, okay, well, this person over here, okay, like say for instance, a elderly man commented on there the other day, and he said that he was on a dating site, and all the girls said they like to dance. He said, I can't. It's all I can do to get up off the couch. Well, the only thing I could say to that elderly man was, well, it does take a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of determination, and it depends on me how bad I want to do it. So I'm going to try to find ways to enjoy the music, whatever. Turn your music on to whatever favorite songs you like. TVs with Roku on them, they have YouTube where you can go in there and have all kinds of music. You can type in there what song you want to listen to. You don't have to get up and dance. You can sit there and go like this, like I do sometimes on my shorts, just to show that that this song makes me happy. And if you make your body happy, then it's going to be able to help heal with what the doctors are helping doing. So I didn't see what his comment was on that, but uh, there's many ways that what I'm hoping to do is reach everybody, not just my little group of people that's on my channel. And I appreciate y'all, I really do. I think you're awesome, and you stick right with me. In fact, some of you go in there and uh, kind of monitor the place for me and tell everybody not to pick on me. So, but there's more people out there that needs to be reached than just the ones that are on my channel. And that's what my goal is. That's what my goal started out to be, is to reach as many people as I can. Because there's people out there that don't have what y'all have and can't do what y'all can do. You can get on your YouTube channel and on your phone, or if you have your TV or whatever. There's people out there that don't know what's going on out in the world. Of course, there's a lot of people that don't want to know what's going on out in the world. But my goal here is to help as many people as I can. And yes, it bothers me when somebody comes on there and says, well, you're not being joyous. I thought that's what the channel was. You was going to be joyous from now on. You can't always be joyous. Now, just because I'm trying to teach certain things that I'm learning and certain things that I've been through does not mean that I don't have joy in my life. Just because I'm telling you about, okay, like my high blood pressure. I went to the doctor's yesterday, and on my drive there, this um, euphoria came over me. I felt like I was in a whole new world, and it was awesome. It was amazing. All this loving energy was all around me. But when I got to the doctors, they took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was 180 over 90. Now there you go. So now I went in to get set up to get my knee operated on. So here you go. Now I have to take blood pressure medicine to get my blood pressure down, and I have to go to a heart doctor to make sure that my heart's okay to have the knee surgery. I was not planning on that. You see what I mean? You see what I mean by being prepared? I was not prepared for that. So, how could have I done it different? In that case, I don't think there was anything I could have done about that. not at that point in time. But what I could do was, okay, I don't really like to take this medicine, but if I have to take it long enough to get my blood pressure down, to get the surgery on my knee, then I have to succumb to that and understand and accept it. So that's my goal now. I took my first pill last night. Here they are. And I'll take one tonight and bring my blood pressure down. Now, they did take it again before I left. It went from 180 over 90 to 167, I think, over a little. It wasn't quite 90. And I tried to explain to them why my blood pressure went up. For one thing, when they put that cusp on my arm, it digs in, and right away I start tensing up, and I keep telling them that. Well, no, we gotta have it this and that. So then my blood pressure is gonna go up. So they've got to understand. And again, it goes back to one size fits. Oh God, you know what they did to me yesterday? An insult to injury. Now, when I walked in there, they hadn't seen me in a year. So I had changed completely. Last time they seen me, my hair was gray, and of course I had tights on, boots on, and a nice sweater, and of course my fuzzy coat. Of course, they get in there naturally, and I didn't look like. So after they took my blood pressure, the nurse came over to me with this piece of paper and a folder and with a pen and said, and looked at me like as if I was dumber than a box of rocks, like as if she had to explain it like this. And that look in her eye like, do you understand me? So she pulled that out. She said, now what I want you to do, I want you to draw a big round clock on there and put the numbers on it. And while you're putting the numbers on it, I'm going to give you 3 words to remember. You tell them to me after you've done that. I looked at her in the face like that and I said, I'm 80, I'm not stupid. I said, I have a YouTube channel that's doing very well. And if I couldn't, if you think I can't remember nothing, then how's it doing so well? You know, I mean, it could do better, but still. She said, well, then you don't want to do it? I said, no, I'm not going to do it. So she went out and told the doctor, and the doctor came in, and I was like, she looked at me, and I said, I felt very insulted. Well, why? And I told her. She said, well, we do that with everybody over 60. I said, no, you're not going to do it with me, because I'm fine. And so then she said, well, what, you want to get more shots in your knees? I said, no. I had the shots. They didn't work. I want surgery. So, well, we got to get your blood pressure down. In the meantime, I'll hook you up with a surgeon. But you got to see a heart doctor too, because the heart doctor's got to give the go ahead. I said, oh, that's all right. So she didn't say anything about giving me any medicine because I refused to take all the other. And so when I walked out, and she's sitting there, and she said, I'm going to go ahead and set you up with some blood pressure medicine. I said, well, not anything, but it's going to be the old, right? Yeah, she said, yeah. So it was waiting down there for me. Well, it wasn't really. I had to make 2 trips down, but Mind you now, I hadn't ate all day, waiting on that. And then, of course, that might have been part of the reason why my blood pressure was up. But I told her the reason why my blood pressure was up, and it embarrassed her. You know, she was blushing. Good God, I'm 80 years old. Come on, surely just because I'm 80 don't mean that there isn't things in my life that can make my blood pressure go up besides being sick. Oh God, that's what I mean about society. The doctors, they've got their status quo that they're taught us that if somebody's a certain age, like I said the other day, you can't have long hair, you can't wear short shorts, you can't you got to wear polyester pants, all that kind of stuff. You got to wear the waistband. Now I like some waistbands, but you can't be wearing them tight blue jeans anymore. You can't wear them tights that I had on yesterday. Just a whole bunch of stuff, you know. So they're taught that at a certain age you're supposed to weigh this much. Well, I got a little frame, and I am 30 pounds over. I weighed 160 yesterday so I've lost 18 pounds. So um, but yeah, when us YouTubers are doing these channels, the ones that don't want to clickbait and give you false sense that you're going to watch this or you're going to watch that, no, we don't want to do that. And if we're going to put up videos every day, that's hard to come by a subject or a topic that's going to draw everybody that comes on that sees that and says, "Oh, I think that looks pretty interesting." And I know that there's going to be a lot of people that say a lot of things and stuff, and I understand that, but I don't understand it. I mean, I do understand it, but I don't understand it. If you don't like it, then don't say anything. If you're going to take the time to watch it, at least try to walk away with something positive out of it. But like she was saying, people don't listen. They don't hear. They're not hearing what's being said. Jesus said, "Those who have an ear, let them hear." So he even knew people didn't listen, didn't hear. They listened, but went in right in, right straight through, right straight through. But I know most of you aren't like that. But again, the whole point of me caring what people say, because I'm not effective enough, and the topic is not being not giving them what they need, because like when you're in school, every child don't learn the same, but all teachers teach it like every child learns the same. Well, I know everybody out there does not all hear and learn the same. So I want to come up with the right topic that everybody's going to be able to hear it. Not just listen to it, they're going to be able to hear it. And they don't have anything bad to say about it, because my goal is to help everybody out there learn what I've learned, and they can either take it or leave it, or find a better way for themselves just by listening to what I'm saying. So that short this morning had nothing to do with my steady followers, but I don't want to see you guys offended either, because I want to reach other people too. I mean, I don't know how many of you out there are really taking my what I'm saying to heart and learning from it. I don't know that. So I have had a few people say, "Yeah, I'm going to do that." So I don't know. All I know is that that's what Walmart is how they're charging people. They charge me when I go pick up my groceries because I did it online, and the people have to go in and pick it out and bring it out. That I don't mind because I know that that's what's happening. But these companies do sneaky things and think that people aren't going to uh, catch on to it. Well, it didn't take me long to catch on how they're charging. They're going to push you. They're going to goad you into going and getting the membership. And I know that, and I don't tell you these things to, uh, like I said, to scare you or anything like that. But there's other states that the buggies are going to be fixed so that they'll only go so far out the door. Because for one thing, people take them out way out someplace, and they leave them sit there. They don't put them in the stall or anything like that. Now, have you ever been to Dollar Tree? Well, the Dollar Trees that I've been to, they have black carts and they have green carts. The black carts have a tall rod up here that you can't take that cart out the door. So what if your cart's full? And that's the cart you got and all the other ones are used. How are you going to get that cart and push it outside? No, you're not. You're not. You're going to have to gather up all your bags all at once, or leave them sit there for somebody else to come along and rummage through and take it and haul it out, or haul it out to the car. I mean, what's it going to be? So they're introducing this stuff slowly. So you'll order all your groceries or whatever online. And like I said, they'll know what it is that you're buying because it's right there in color and pictures and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that is the direction we're headed in. And I'm asking everybody to find a way to prepare yourself for different things. Now, like my daughter, where she works, she's a manager for a case manager for people that are in mental health crisis and they need homes and stuff like that. Well, now this one guy had come in and he needs an email so that he can. Well, he don't know how to do all that, so she's got to figure out a way to help him get an email so that he can get different things because he don't have a phone. I don't understand the whole concept because she don't explain it all. We were just talking today about how life is going in general out there. So get your emails. Get your tablet if you have to. Tablet is more just as, but if you got to get the right one too, if you get the one that fits for you. But and the phone, that's too much because when you're trying to do that stuff on your phone, you get a phone call. I can mess that up real quick, especially if you're not used to it. So get yourself a tablet, get yourself used to maneuvering around on it, and so you'll be prepared for the digital thing. And like I said, it's not going to hit everybody the same way. Some people are going to know exactly what to do because they've been investigating it, they've been looking into it, they've been, like I didn't have to get a bunch of groceries this time because I already had stuff put away. And And I already had a bunch of toilet paper, but I did pick up some yesterday. So I'm not saying do things exactly like I do them. Do them what's best for you, and then you know that you're going to be okay for a month or more, whatever's coming down. And be aware, be alert, be of current events and what's going on. But the news itself don't tell you everything that's going on. Here's what happens with me. I'll watch some YouTube channels, and they'll say this, and that's going on. Well, I don't just take their word for it. I go and research it and Google it and stuff. So that's how, between me and my daughter, we figured out how Walmart is going to start charging people, because they're going to push people into getting the membership. And she said, I'm not buying it. She said, I will order my stuff online, and I'll get enough that I don't have to pay a shipping fee. I'll go to another grocery store, whatever. So there's things that you got to know so you can make up your mind as to what move to make. So a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. To the guy that, the older guy that said that he can't hardly get up off the couch, let alone dance. Well, sit in place and dance. Be happy. Just be happy. So we'll talk to you later. Y'all have a great day.